What's up, my people? So I get a question pretty often on my feed of, does your window film actually protect against heat? Well, let's do a test. I've got an IR heat lamp. I've got windows that have two different types of film on them. One, you might recognize this car from a previous video that I've done as far as how to shave the edges, and it was shortly featured in a shrinking film that I did. But what we're gonna do is the film we install, which is the Steck Smart Series ceramic film that boasts it can reduce the heat induction in the vehicle up to 90%. That film is on this window, that window, and this back glass. I've been trying to think of how I could legitimately test this theory as I don't have, and visually represent it to y'all, because I could put my hand back there and say, oh, I feel it, I don't feel it, but I could be lying. And I don't have any measuring equipment to measure the actual heat, and I'm not gonna go buy it. So I think I have an intelligent way to do it that is way cheaper and just straight to the point. And that is this trash bag. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the trash bag, put it on my hand, heat up right here, move to a new spot, put it about the same distance, heat up here, and we're gonna see if anything happens with this bag. I perceive that it should melt it because, or at least manipulate it in some way, shape, or form. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a baseline test real quick. We're gonna get our control. I'm going to go ahead and... Hey Carly, can you get me another bag? So this is gonna be the control test. I'm going to put the IR on here, see what it does to the bag with nothing in between it. Let's see. I'm gonna do it roughly the same distance that I was gonna do it behind the windows. So, a couple inches. Yep, as I suspected. Melt, holy shit, that's hot.
That's hot.
That's hot. You can see how it definitely is melted it. So, melted bag. That's the control. We're gonna use the same bag for the other tests. Let's go key it up. All right, so something else that I've done in an effort to make sure that this is as accurate and concise as possible. I put an X and an O on here. The X will be for the film that we installed, and the O will be for the original film. That way, no one can try to say that I lied about it or moved the film or anything like that. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to do this in one fluid motion. There's not going to be any cuts. So from when I start doing it here, I'm going to probably just, let's say, count to 10. I'm going to count to 10 in my head, doing the motion, because I also don't want to make the glass too hot, doing it for like 30 seconds or a minute. 10, I'm gonna move the camera around, do 10 on the other one, and let's see where it lies. Obviously, this is the new film that we just recently installed, which is the Steck Smart Series ceramic film. So this one will be the X. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Let's move you guys. We will show what happened with each piece after the test. Let's move this thing into here. Oh man, Hopefully I get a good angle here. I have no clue what y'all are seeing. I should have done this in the other angle. Oh well, that's what we're gonna run with. So hopefully y'all have a good angle here. I don't know. I guess I can't think of everything. I'm only so smart. But we've got the O. We're gonna do the same thing. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew, that's much fucking hotter. Jesus Christ. All right, so let's go ahead and put this on top of the car. Let's see what we got. Come here, phone. All right. So, let's see what we got. Pretty obvious. This was the ceramic film. This was the cheap bullshit film that came in before. This was a much cheaper job. This was a more expensive job. I mean, let's see. Let's put this thing back on the tripod. You tell me if you see a difference. I know I felt a difference. This is definitely all. Yeah. Let's compare it to the control. All right, so the one we just did here, granted, I'm not sure how long I did this one. I don't think I actually did this even as long as this because it was really hot. I think I only did this for about 5 seconds. And I think I actually got quite a bit closer. But at least this had glass, which you can definitely tell. Melted it, no protection, perfectly fine, could still use this bag. So if there's any freaking questions about if a quality film protects you, that tells the story. Now, I don't know how much this job cost this person when they first got this on, or if this was just on the car when they bought it. But to tint a car like this, now this one, while it is a 2-door car, would be treated as a 4-door car because it has this big piece of glass and this big piece of glass. That one right there is a true 2-door cost price point because it only has 2 windows here, no big windows here, and then the third one there. So whenever I say a 4-door car, I'm talking about the doors, any accent glass, and the rear glass. So for a 4-door car, whether it be an SUV, a crossover, or a sedan, we're gonna be at around, I think, $375, $380. That is not including the windshield. For a true 2-door vehicle, we're gonna be around, I think, $290. Again, not including the windshield. If you want windshields done, that is an additional $150 depending on the car. That's where it's starting. But just to be thorough, say this 4Runner right here. This one would be considered an oversized vehicle because it has not only the 4 doors, the little accent, but a whole nother piece of glass. It's the same size of this. So this is treated like a 6-panel car. 2-door Jeep, still treated like a 4-door vehicle because it has 4 big pieces of glass. You following me? That's how our price points go. So something like a 4Runner, we're probably gonna be somewhere around $450, not including the windshield. But there's the proof. The film works. It protects you. It does its job. You want good film? Pay good money.
Trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach for my goals, hit it dead center, hit it dead center.